available to all the other participants that couldn't make it right now. So, perfect. My name is Manu. I am the co-founder of Babele and one of the founding members of the YIRP program of SDSN Youth for all the solutions that have been shortlisted for the report. So, congratulations to all of you. I've gone through the report. I've read all of your solutions, and I'm really excited that we're going to be working together during these 16 weeks. So what's the YIRP program? That's really easy. That's 16 weeks online collaborative acceleration program. The objective is the one of getting as much mentorship and promoting peer learning among all of you. I already noticed that some of you in the GoToMeeting, they started asking each other their contacts because there might be synergies with what you're doing, and we totally recommend that you explore those synergies rather than just filling in investment proposal. And of course, the ultimate goal is the one of being in touch with impact investors. So we did, and we are still doing a big effort to source impact investors from all over the world that are interested in joining the program and look at all that you have been able to produce in these 16 weeks. So my recommendation is really the one of try to get as much feedback as possible during the program. Try to get in touch with as many peers as possible during the program so that you can come up with something which is more appealing for the impact investors. The program is absolutely international, and that was beautiful to hear all of you coming from places like the US, Canada, Tanzania, Austria, and so on. So welcome to you all. And I hope this program is going to be a celebration of the Sustainable Development Goals that beyond being a really beautiful poster, we really hope is going to be something that as a society we're going to be able to achieve by 2030. That's a lot of work. So regarding the roadmap of the program, like as we said, that's 16 weeks, and the structure is pretty easy and the format is pretty easy. Pretty much every week there's going to be one webinar held by an expert in the domain, and you will simply have to fill in that part of your investment proposal. And beyond, this really linear structure that ends with the investor review and assessment, there is going to be a moment of peer-to-peer learning and peer collaboration in which you are going to be working together with the other SDG solutions, and you're going to be providing feedback to each other. So one thing that we recommend is go in the platform. If you didn't yet join your project, do it as soon as possible, just applying to join the team, and then look at the other projects. Start following the one that you find they are rather interesting, or you feel they're aligned with what you're trying to do, and create your buddies so that you're going to be working together throughout the program, also with other social innovators that you're aligned with. Just a quick question, are you guys still alive? Can you still hear me? Is everything fine?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. Unfortunately, it's ugly. You cannot see anyone, so you never know what's going on. Anyway, thanks. So let's continue. Regarding the program modules, I'm not going to enter into the specific of each module, but we really made sure that you're going to be focusing your theory of change. You're going to have a full lecture on the SDGs by an expert of UNDP. We're going to be refining your lean validation plan, because that's something that applies to every startup nowadays. How can you actually decrease the risk in everything that you're doing? And in my opinion, like for social ventures, that's even more complicated, because beyond the traditional client, you also need to work with beneficiaries, which is not which complexify the whole story. We're going to be working on revenue model, marketing and sales strategy, and financial modeling, key metrics and SDGs impact assessment. And we will finish the program with pitch training, storytelling, and the preparation of the investment proposition. So the lecturers, They are all fantastic. We already worked with most of them during the previous edition of the program, and they have all done a fantastic job to present their topic of expertise, and we really recommend you get in touch with them through the platform so that you can actually ask questions after watching their webinars, and in this way we can potentially get more feedback from them regarding the work that you're bringing forward. Yeah, 2 words about Babele, which is the platform that we're going to be using during this program. So I'm Italian, so I'm really sorry if I'm doing plenty of mistakes in English, and I was working actually some time ago for Procter & Gamble. I noticed I was not going to achieve any impact that I was really wishing. So with Ruxandra, we started working on this online platform for social business modeling, and we are using it with different programs, Corporation for Social Entrepreneurship, and we are really trying to bring as many actors as possible to collaborate with each other. Regarding how the platform works, I'm going to be showing you something a little bit more in the specific, but the main concept is the one that you're going to be able to work on your investment proposal, and you have the opportunity to get as much feedback as possible. You will be assigned a mentor during the program, but that's not the whole point, because the mentor is going to be able to provide you one feedback to what you're doing, and here you have the opportunity to invite all those Facebook likers or all those people that you consider they're really a fan of what you're doing, and instead of just providing a Facebook like, they can probably give you valuable and meaningful feedback for what you're developing. So I'm going to show you how you can involve all these people, and we recommend that you do it so that if you post something and you receive 10 feedback instead of 1, trust me, this is going to be a boost of motivation to go through the program and get as much as possible from this collaborative experience. So we pretty much explained how this works and all the idea of stakeholders engagement. Yes, we work with many organizations. I'm not gonna annoy you with this stuff. So, regarding the vision for this program, one thing that we can definitely tell you is that I'm working in the field of sustainability since 5 years right now, and we've been training plenty of NGOs that they notice that it's not enough to be a non-profit organizations nowadays to have an impact. We are always going to need the non-profit organizations, but it was enough financial crisis to kill more than 100,000 non-profits, and that's the reason why we completely need a new approach. A new approach, as you all know, is the one of working on social entrepreneurship, or probably just working on sustainability in entrepreneurship, so that beyond looking forward to economic viability, we can also foster environmental quality and social equity with our businesses. There are statistics that are coming up right now, like from the UK. Unfortunately, they're really scattered, so we do not have many information, but we know that plenty of social enterprises, they fail within the first 18 months. And most of the market is made of really small teams. So like from 1 to 5 people, it's 70% of the whole market in the UK. So you can, of course, we cannot draw conclusion of what is happening in other countries, but it draws clearly the situation regarding this market. And this market, in order to grow, it really needs to start investing on organizations that can scale their impact, and therefore they can become more sustainable. And what we wish to do is help as many of these organizations to bridge the gap from being small impact organizations to be large impact organizations. So I'm gonna be jumping straight away to another topic. Give me a second. So the main idea on how we believe you can actually get plenty of value from this program is the idea that we're going to be engaging as many stakeholders as possible. So instead of doing the classical theoretical exercise of writing down for whom we are creating value or what's your social impact, the main goal is going to be the one of asking yourself what are the stakeholders that are influencing my business or that are influenced by what I'm doing, and how can I engage engage them into a fruitful discussion that allows me to iterate what I'm doing in a way that makes sense. So regarding how the platform works, like most of you have already started completing their profile. If you didn't do it as soon as possible. It's really important that you have a complete profile so that people can understand what you're working on, who you are, and if you share your interests, your skills, then it's going to be easier to invite you, for example, in conversation where you can add value, or vice versa. Like we already created the ventures for you, so like all you need to do right now is to find your venture in the platform and simply apply to join your venture. And once you are inside your venture profile, we really recommend you that you start inviting your network. And that's really easy. You simply click on the network tab that you find in your venture profile. You click on invite new, and then you will have a pop-up where you can invite people via email. You can invite rather either team members, so team members will have the opportunity to modify the information of the venture, or you can invite followers. That are those people that receive a notification whenever you do something and can provide feedback wherever needed. So, as I showed you before, the whole process is really linear, so you just need to follow the plan. So you will be attending webinars, and then after the webinar, you can just do your assignment, and then you can get feedback and give feedback to the other social entrepreneurs. And regarding your assignments, you will have in the overview tab of your project a clear list of all the assignments that you have. Whenever an assignment will become available, then you will be able to click on start. So that's pretty straightforward. Regarding how when you, like your submission for a given assignment. We are already adding all the different webinars straight away in the tutorial for each exercise. So for example, when you need to complete your SDGs impact, for example, you will have straight away the impact, the video webinar in this light blue tutorial. We will be able to look at the webinar, complete your exercise, then you will be able to save it and get as much feedback as possible from the people that you have invited. So in the community page, there are different sections. One of those is called discussions, and we are adding all the Q&A for each webinar. So after watching a webinar, if you have any particular question, you can actually post your question there, and then we will make sure that the lecturer will come back to you with a proper answer. We're making sure that all these discussions are available to everyone, so that one question could be probably of interest also for other people, and then we can have meaningful discussions for all the community. So I would love to know whether you guys have any question, and whether I can show you a little bit better how the real platform works rather than going through a presentation. Please tell me whether you have any question and how we can clarify all your doubts. Thank you.
Everything is clear from my side.
Anyone else? Have you all guys joined your project? Did you have a problem to find it in the platform?
Yeah, well, actually, I joined the platform and I did not find my own project yet.
Okay, so what's your project name?
Anspruchpartner.
Okay, 1 second. So it's that part. Can you write it down in the chat? Do you mind?
Yeah, no
Thank
problem.
you. That's just in a word, right? Okay, very good. Okay, I can find it here. Can you see my screen?
Ah, wait,
So yeah, it's
after
you
it
just have.
wasn't there?
Yeah, like it's really easy, like at the moment we started creating the profile for you so that, it was not, we were decreasing the amount of workload that you had. And that's pretty straightforward. When you come to the project, in this case, so like I'm using the computer of Roxandra, so don't worry if you see this here. But when you're not an owner of the project yet, then instead of this edit project, you will find a button that says apply to team. Then we will receive your application to join the team, and then we're going to be able to add you as part of the team. And as I was saying, it's really straightforward to invite the people that you want to have in your project. You just go in the network tab and you simply invite them. And the interesting part of how the platform works is that when you click on in this tab, which is called business model, then you can see all the 3 phases of the program. And we already started completing the information regarding the overview. So like the need, the solution, the impact, this is all based on the information that you could find in the report. Of course, feel free to change this information, and then the more you will be going through the program, the more you will find the information regarding the webinar straight away in this light blue tutorial. You will be able to complete the information, and when you're done, you simply click on task done. And all the mentors and the people that you have invited will be able to start providing feedback to your submission.
Okay, thank you. But can you go back to the very first time when you searched for it? First there was like no results, and then you found it.
Yeah, so give me a second. And let me, I wrote partner, and I think there is maybe a misspelling because yeah, there is a additional S. So let me eliminate that S. That's quickly done.
Okay.
Thank you for flagging the error.
Don't worry.
Okay, wonderful. So that's done. So like I just look forward to receiving your application to the project. Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that had any kind of problem or that has any question regarding how the platform works? That's the right moment to ask this question. So please don't be shy. You already introduced yourself anyway. Anyone else didn't find their project online?
For me, no problem about the project. Already working on it. So actually, no problem. It's called the Kirimoto Alifa.
Okay, fantastic. One last thing that you can do, like regarding your project, we couldn't find, or like we didn't want to interfere like too much with the project. So whenever you are in the project, you can just click on edit, and then you can add your own video, or you can add your own logo, as other projects have already done in the platform. So just to give you an example. For example, these guys from Bolivia have already done a great job. Once you enter in their profile, you immediately find that they've already uploaded information, like they've already uploaded their video, they've already uploaded their logo, etc., etc. So feel free to do the same so that it looks as good as possible. Okay? Okay, I take it like as a yes. Then. If you do not have any other question, then I don't like making super long webinars, so I would just end the webinar here. Do you have any other question, Dario, or do you have any comment that you want to
add? Not really any comment on my end, but happy to take questions, broader questions regarding the investment readiness program and see some views from the audience if there are any.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like one thing that I think that you have already done is that you already sent an email to every team so that we can start doing the combination of entrepreneur and mentor, and we would really love to organize a first conf call with you and your mentor so that we can get each team introduced to the program. And the reason is really easy. So even if you guys are all part of the same report, I am 100% confident that you are at different development stages with your venture, that you have different challenges, and so it would be kind of blunt to imagine that we can just go through the same modules of this program and imagine that they will have the same value for all of you. So that's the reason why we want to do an extra effort to make sure that we get to understand the circumstance in which you are at the moment so that we can understand exactly what kind of help we can provide. And so we would be super thankful if you can let us know when you're available so that we can organize a conf call with your mentor and we can do a decent onboarding for the program. How does it sound?
Okay, that's great. Awesome. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you for for commenting. So I can imagine everybody agrees with this approach. So we will come back to you soon with Dario, and we're hoping we're going to be able to find as soon as possible this time slot, and we can organize this conf call together. If there is any kind of problem, you should have both my email address. I will post it again in the community, the SDSN email address. So just drop us an email or just drop a message in the community overview page, the live feed, and we're going to come back to you immediately to help you and make sure that we are going to really to get as much value as possible from this program. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys, then it was really a pleasure to get started. I can't wait to start to start looking at your first evolutions with the program and your first submissions. So I look forward to it, and I wish you a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.